last minute messages to get anyone on that wants to learn more about how you can get your metabolic health under control? What about travel? How many of you love travel? If you love travel, type travel in the chat section below because we are going to talk about travel. We're going to talk about saving money with travel. We're also going to be sharing some with a, we have a doctor on tonight. Like we have a doctor on tonight that is going to be sharing their personal results using our incredible products, plus what they've been now giving their patients that we have our hands on that you can get your hands on. So that's going to be super cool. And then we have a very, very special guest. We have a very special guest. Our president and one of our owners, Mr. Scott Bland, is here with us tonight to share the Trinite vision. But guys, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I want to introduce somebody that is so very special to me, and I'm really excited for you to get to hear from her this evening. Her name is Miss Jennifer Dowd, and she is not only absolutely stunning and beautiful. When I tell you she's a grandmother, you're going to be like, there is absolutely no way. Whatever she has taken, go ahead and put that in a cart for me because I want it in my cart if I'm going to look like that. But she has earned 8 figures in this industry, and she was a hard no. I am not ever doing this. Not only has she done well, obviously, but she's also done some of the coolest things because of this industry. She had to be a celebrity, a guest on the Celebrity Apprentice. She got to be a judge on there. How cool is that? Like, I mean, hello, who doesn't want a little bit of TV time, right? On the Celebrity Apprentice. She has also spoke on stages with people like John Maxwell. You guys, if you know who he is, he's a legend in our space. She actually got to co-write a book with him. Just incredible that she is here with us tonight and she's going to be pouring into us tonight. So without any further ado, Miss Jennifer Dowd, you take us away.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for that introduction. But I want to make sure that you all know who is getting ready to talk to you in just a moment. Okay. Um, I am so blessed. I am so blessed to be here in this space and on this Zoom with you tonight. The information that you're about to hear has literally changed my life in the best of ways. It is by far the best decision I've ever made outside of my faith and my husband. So anyway, I can't wait for you to get it. And whoever invited you here, it has changed their life. And they can't wait for you to get it as well. And so the lady that I get to introduce is Mrs. Tina Joy Carroll. I want to tell you a little bit about Tina because not only is she a 7-figure earner in our space, but she was with a Fortune 500 company before she ever started in this space. She has spoken on stages and graced huge rooms with some of the best in our entire industry. So I want you to understand she has been a guest speaker for people like Eric Worre, Fraser Brooks, John Maxwell. She has shared stages with Ed Mylett, who happens to be one of my very favorite speakers right now. And currently, with a project that you're going to hear about tonight, she is the #1 fastest growing producer in our entire company. I want you to know we are an Inc. 500 company, so it's a really big deal. But beyond that, she has such a huge heart. I want you to know that her family is everything to her. She is a wife, she is a mama, she is a Mimi. And really, legacy is the underlying fabric of everything that she builds in everything that she does. And you're going to hear, when you hear from her, you're going to know her heart is huge and her desire to truly help people to develop and create a life on their terms. And I want you to just think about life on your terms. What could that look like? If I said, I'm just looking at the people, on the right hand strip here, but if I said, Lori, if you could just design a life on your terms right now, wave a magic wand, what would you want that to look like? Okay, you're going to want to tune in to my dear friend, Mrs. Tina Joy Carroll, because she's going to tell you exactly how you can create that. She has done that for her family. So, Mrs. Tina Joy Carroll, take it away, girl.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to chat with you guys tonight because honestly, my life looks so very different. But first, I have some questions for you guys. How many of you are on here tonight and you're a bit skeptical? You're like, I'm not real sure why I'm here. My friend invited me. I love them, so I'm here, but I'm a bit skeptical. Like, just put a 1 in the chat if that's you, because If that's you, that means you are me, because that was me a decade ago when my friend Jolie was inviting me to jump on a Zoom very much like this. And I was just like, what are these crazy people doing? Well, it turns out
Mhm.
those people weren't all that crazy. They actually knew what they were doing, and what I seen changed my life forever. Now,
Mhm.
we're going to jump in here in just a second about some products, but I have some questions that I want to ask you about maybe how you've been feeling lately. Have you felt just like sick and tired of being sick and tired? Like you just feel like maybe your body is broken. Like you've tried all the things. You've bought all the supplements. You've done everything that you think that you should. Yet your body just feels broken, like it's just not ever going to get any better. Because if that is you, again, that was me. And tonight, I'm so excited to share with you products that have absolutely transformed my health from the inside out. So let's kick this party off tonight. So the company that you are here to learn about tonight is called Trinot. Trinot is French for change life. And what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to go through some of our best-selling products, some of our high impact products. We don't even have time to go through every single one of them, but do me a favor. If you're watching right now and you have a favorite product because you've already been using a Trinot product, will you let us know which product is your favorite and why it is your favorite? So, just a little bit about our foundation. These are our three owners. Like I said, you're going to get to hear from one of them tonight, Mr. Scott Bland. I'm really excited for you to get to hear from him later. So, make sure that you do not go anywhere. You stay put because you're going to want to hear what he has to say. As you can see, we're smack dab in the middle of global expansion. You know, Forbes says that the best time to join an opportunity is when they're having a product launch or they're in the middle of global expansion, and we are in the middle of both. I'm so excited to share one of our brand new product launches with you here in just a second. But we really do have a solid foundation. Not only were we founded debt free, we've remained debt free since 2013. We really do have highly impact products that are going to change your life. We also have wealth education for wiser long-term decisions about household finances. We also have travel that you heard me mention. We're going to dive into here in just a little bit. And as you can see, we've won some awards, you guys. We kind of know what we're doing in this space, and it's really, really exciting to be partnered with a company like this. But one of the things that I love most about this company is that giving back is truly at the core of everything we do. We have something called Lift Where You Live, and we're constantly giving back into our communities. Our actual goal is to impact a billion with a B, billion lives for good in our first 30 years of business. Now, here's what makes it so special to be partnered with a company like Trinot or to even purchase from a company like Trinot is that we are poised for growth. Everything that we do, we own the processes from the shipping, the orders, the website, the manufacturing, the raw sourcing. I actually am Jen and Sarah, that you're going to get to hear from in just a little bit, we actually got to go tour these facilities when we were in Utah just last week, you guys. It was so incredible to go into these buildings to see where the products that we have grown to love over the last several years are actually being made and that we are controlling every aspect of that. That is how you position yourself to become one of the giants inside of this space. Now, these things may matter to you. And if they do, I want you to take a quick peek at this. We actually care about what you put in your body. We are always going to be committed to putting, oh, sorry about that. I switched. Sorry about that. My little mouse got away from me. Let me just be real with you. I'm using my husband's computer and it's not a Mac. And so everything is backwards tonight for me. How many of you know what I'm feeling? Where are my Mac people at? Where are my MacBook people at? Put MacBook in the chat because now I'm not using a MacBook and everything is backwards for me. But, anyways, we are committed to using the best ingredients inside of our products. All of our products are tested and free of GMOs, and we collaborate with a really incredible scientific advisory board to make sure that we're delivering you the absolute best of the best products that you are going to be putting inside of your body. As you can see, these are the spaces that we dabble in. We're in the fitness space, the energy, vitality, weight management, total wellness, and travel. And I got to tell you something, you guys. I was someone, I don't know about you, if this is you, let me know. I was someone that throughout my entire life have struggled with my weight. Like it has been ongoing battle. I say that I've been on a diet since I was 17 years old when I had my first child, and it just didn't seem to ever let up until I got on these products. And for the first time in my life, I've been able to keep weight off. Losing weight is one thing, and we'll talk more about that in a minute, but keeping it off is a totally different thing. But if you struggle in that area, let us know in the chat section below because we have a solution for you. Oh, speaking of solutions, this is my beautiful friend Gina and my husband Donnie. Both of them, as you can see, have lost a lot of weight using our daily health system, which we're going to dive deep into here in just a second. Gina is a corporate executive. I mean, this woman works 50 to 60 hours a week. She is very, very, very busy. Not only is she down 64 pounds in 18 months using the system I'm about to tell you about, she has also created a multiple six-figure income on the side of her corporate career. And this is my husband, Donnie. He's lost 43 pounds. He is now able to chase all of our grandbabies around without trouble. And he has had the absolute privilege of being able to come home from corporate America because of this opportunity, spend more time with our grandbabies and do some of the things that we love to do, some of our passion projects. So let's talk about this award-winning system. Now, you may see this award and think, okay, that's lovely. What does that even mean? I want you to think of it like the Oscars for the supplement world, okay? It's a really, really big deal to win this award. And simply put, the reason we won it is the products do everything I'm about to tell you that they do. This is called our daily health system. This is our metabolic makeover system. Most people don't even realize what their metabolic health is. Let me ask you a question. When I say metabolic health, are you just like, well, that sounds like a fancy word? Put a yes in the comments if that is you. Because when I first heard that term, I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And how does that apply to me? Let me tell you how it applies to you. How many of you, your blood pressure has been off? Just answer yes to any of these. What about your blood sugar? Maybe you're insulin resistant. Let me know in the chat if this is you. Diabetic. Let me know if that's you. What about your cholesterol levels? Have you struggled with your cholesterol levels? What about your triglycerides? Or what about your waist circumference? Have any of those areas been affected? I know for me, it was like, why do I have this inner tube around my waist that I can't seem to get rid of? What is happening to my body? That is not what I look like years and years ago. How many of you feel that and you know what it is that I'm talking about? Well, this system right here literally addresses all of those things. So let's dive right in and talk a little bit about it. This system is made up of two products, and I'm going to dive into each one. The first is called Transform. Now, Transform is quite literally a revolutionary product, and let me explain why. Did you know that 97 million Americans are pre-diabetic and insulin resistant, and most of them aren't even aware of it until they have a full-blown type 2 diabetic diagnosis? How many of you knew that? And how many of you fall into that category? Maybe you're not even aware. That was me. I wasn't even aware that I fell into that category. And then did you know another 32 million Americans are already a full-blown type 2 diabetic? The point I'm trying to make here is that sugar is a real problem. Now let me tell you what Transform does. Transform is a plant-based enzyme that converts carbs and sugars into soluble fiber in your gut before it hits your bloodstream. Now, why is this so incredibly powerful? Well, friends, anytime you eat any carbs or sugar, it causes your blood sugar to spike and dip and spike and dip. And over time, your body just plain gets exhausted from all of that. And that's what causes you to become insulin resistant and pre-diabetic and eventually a full-blown type 2 diabetic diagnosis. Now, how can we control this? Well, you can use this product right here called Transform. It takes those carbs and sugar and it turns it into fiber in your gut before it hits your bloodstream. So go with me here for just a second. Did you know that your body cannot burn fat if your blood sugar is always high? It is always going to burn carbs and sugar for energy first before it will ever get to your fat reserve. How many of you women on here right now are in perimenopause and you're hitting that age where you just feel like nothing at all is working for you, right? You're trying everything and nothing's working for you because that's where I was. Why couldn't I shed this other 35 pounds? At that point, I'd lost 80 pounds, but I'd stayed stuck for a long time and I couldn't get the scale to move anymore. What I didn't know was that I was insulin resistant and my body was just constantly fighting itself. Now, whenever you convert those carbs and sugars into soluble fiber, do you know what that does? It turns your body to burning fat. And then we took it one step further. I like to say we trinotized it. We added a thermogenic to it, a really powerful thermogenic that's going to get your motor run again. It's going to get your metabolism moving again. If you're like me and you think my metabolism has been on permanent vacation, lady, for a really long time, no worries. It's going to come back from vacation. It's going to come back on and you're going to feel so much better. And then the second product in this duo that won this award is called Activate. It is a delicious tropical flavored drink. If you're drinking Activate and you love it as much as me, put Activate in the chat because it is so incredibly delicious. But before I tell you exactly what this product does, let me address something really, really quickly. How many of you know about those weight loss injections that are out there on the market, right? You've heard about those. Maybe you've used them. I'm not here to say they're bad or that they're good. I just want to give you a little bit of education on them and talk about why, if you're on them, this is a great system for you. And if you're not, why this is a great system for you. So all of those injections have one thing in common. They're all a synthetic form of GLP-1. Now, here's what most people don't know. GLP-1 is actually a hormone that you produce in your gut. It's just as you age, your body doesn't produce as much of it, just like everything else happens when we age, right? Now, here's what happens when you get on these injections and you inject synthetic GLP-1 into your body. It then sends a signal to your brain, we're getting plenty. We do not have to produce any more of it. Then when people come off of those injections, statistically, 2/3 of the people that come off of those injections will gain all of their weight back and then some. So why am I telling you that? Because Activate is your solution, friend. Activate is going to help your body naturally increase its own GLP-1 hormone, making you feel fuller faster and longer and quieting that food noise. But it also does two other really, really cool things. The first thing is it activates your AMPK. I want you to think about your AMPK is your fat burning switch, okay? Like if your body had a switch in it to burn fat, that is your AMPK. When your AMPK switch gets turned on, it then sends a signal to your brain for your body to burn fat for fuel. And this is just science, friends, and it's pretty cool science. And I'm not a scientist. Whenever your AMPK is activated, your body can't store fat. So when you drink Activate, you can't store fat. When you take Transform, you burn fat. Can you see why it won the award now? Like, are you following me here why this thing won the award? And then the last thing that it does is it's got ingredients in it that have been shown to help lower your cortisol levels. Your cortisol is your stress hormone. If your stress hormone is high, inflammation in your body is high. And friends, that is the last thing you want is inflammation in your body. So let's just take a quick peek at some real-time results. As you can see here, this is a friend of mine who used a continuous glucose monitor to test to see if that Transform I told you about actually worked. They literally ate the exact same meal at the exact same time, except on day one, they did not use Transform. But on day two, they did use Transform, and you can see the difference. This is actually a real result from someone. You could get a continuous glucose monitor, you could wear it, you could use these products, and you would see for yourself just how well this works. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite products, and it's a product that when I first came here and heard about it, I was like, why is this place so excited about a digestive enzyme? Because you see, back in 2021, I had to have my gallbladder removed. How many of you on here no longer have your gallbladder? Like, rest in peace, gallbladder. Just put RIP in the chat section below. And you know what I'm talking about. Like, you're so excited to get your gallbladder out because it caused you a whole set of issues. But then you get it out and you realize, oh, that's lovely. Now I have a new set of issues, right? So I had heard of digestive enzymes. I had been instructed to take one after my gallbladder was removed, except the one I was taking wasn't doing anything life-changing for me, okay? At all. What I didn't know was all supplements are in fact not created equal. Now, this one right here is so incredibly good. It's got a pre and a probiotic in it. It's going to help break down the fats, the carbs, the sugars, and the proteins that you eat so your body can absorb what it needs and get rid of what it doesn't. If you did not know, your gut and your brain are connected through the vagus nerve. If your gut health is off, quite literally, everything is going to be off for you. I want you to think of things. If I say anything that you think of, someone else has this issue, or maybe it's you that has this issue, I want you to put it in the chat section for me. Are you someone who struggles with skin issues? Are you someone who struggles with bathroom issues? What
Mhm.
about autoimmune issues? Or
Mhm.
what about mental health issues? You know what, Jen? I don't know if you've seen this statistic, but recently I seen a statistic that said if you take antibiotics twice in a 12-month period, you're 40 times more likely to develop anxiety and depression. Now, why is that? Because your
Yes.
microbiome in your gut is off. And this product is going to help get that microbiome in check. It's going to be get that gut cleaned out. I tell people all the time, you felt like you felt for so long that you don't know what it feels like to feel good until you get your gut healthy. And when you take this product, you're going to feel like a new human. It's actually one of our best selling products. It is on more subscription than any other product that we have here at Tronot because it just works that good.
Hey
Now,
Tina, I just have to come in because you were saying that. Do you know that I just did this? I just read this big thing. Do you know that our five happy hormones, like they can all be traced back to the gut? So I always say, man, if you are feeling blue or anxious, you got to look at that gut, and it is good stuff. Okay, back to you. I just wanted to add that in there.
no, that's so true. It really is so good for you to know that it's your gut that is probably causing a lot of your issues. And so, one of the first things I tell everyone, let's get your gut healthy. And then everything else that we give you and everything else that you take is going to absorb so much better.
Mhm.
And you're going to get such a better result because you got your gut healthy. Now, next up, now this one gets me really excited. Let me tell you why. How many of you have used a collagen in your lifetime? Put a yes in the comments if you've used collagen before, right? I am someone who is trying to Benjamin Button my way through life. Okay, we're not growing old gracefully over here. We're trying to Benjamin Button our way through life, and so I have used quite literally every collagen out there on the market. I've used collagen, I've used powdered, I've used liquid, I've used every brand. I've bought them from the stores. I've bought high-end brands. I brought them from every company. And here's what I can tell you. All of them, I'm sure, did something, but it was never a before and after type something until I started using this collagen in June of 2022, and it absolutely changed the game for me. Did you know 90% of your body is made up of collagen? And so you should be supplementing, you should be supporting your collagen production, and you need a really good hydrolyzed collagen. What that means is it's broken down in the smallest particles so that your body can get maximum absorption. Plus, you're going to get 10 grams of collagen protein whenever you take this collagen. You guys, it is the best of the best, and I am sold out to it completely. I take it every single day and cannot imagine not using it. And let me just show you a few of the before and afters of this collagen. And guys, this is literally just a few that we picked out from hundreds. I mean, literally thousands of people who have gotten results using this collagen. Look at the difference in all of these people just right here. As a matter of fact, if you didn't know this, we have a testimony group that has thousands and thousands of testimonies that you can go and see for yourself, not just the products I've shared with you tonight, but also so many other of our incredible products. Just make sure to get back in touch with the person that invited you to watch this tonight and tell them that you would like to get into that group. But let me ask you something. Do you see, have you, so far, have you seen anything or have you heard anything that resonates with you? You're thinking, man, that would make a difference for me. Just put a yes. Just put a yes in the chat section below. Because, or maybe you're sitting there and you're thinking, gosh, my mom needs that, or oh, my sister needs that. Like if my best friend Amy, if she only had that, right? If you're thinking those things, I just want you to put a yes in the chat section below because that's going to matter here in just a minute. Now, next up, and the last product I'm going to share with you this evening is something we just launched. Oh my goodness. It was March the 20th that we launched this product. Now, how many of you are already using a greens product? Put greens in the chat below. Like you're just a greens type person. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I tried to be a greens person. I really did. It just wasn't my jam. I just couldn't find one that tasted good enough. And so greens wasn't going to be my thing until we trinitized greens. Remember, it's my favorite word. We take a product that's already amazing and already going to give you amazing benefits, and then we put the trinot spin on it and make it even better. So let me tell you what sets our greens apart. You can see the side by side here, but the one that I really want to focus on is the AMPK metabolic pathway activation. This is the only greens on the market that is going to turn on your fat burning switch. So let me get this straight. You're going to be able to drink your greens. You're going to be able to get your nutrients. It's going to have prebiotic fiber for your gut health, which we've already talked about how important your gut health is. But then it's going to turn on your fat burning switch. I've never been more motivated to drink greens in my entire life than I was when this came out. And it comes in three incredible flavors. We actually sold out of one of them in literally 24 hours of it going live to the public. That is how popular it was. But we've got matcha, we've got passion guava, and we've got my favorite coconut lime. It is so incredibly good. And as a matter of fact, we have a special guest that's going to jump on now. I'm going to give this back to Miss Jen Dowd, who's going to share some of her results using some of our products.
Oh my gosh, Tina, I still get so excited about all this and I love the greens. But the lady I'm going to bring in, you guys, she is so amazing. I want you to know she is a doctor. She was originally trained as a surgeon, as an ear, nose, and throat and head and neck surgeon. She was the chief of her department at Kaiser Hospital for 20 plus years. In fact, she practiced that for 30 years and then retired early, got her boards for integrative holistic medicine. And I love that because it's all about prevention, lifestyle, and nutritional medicine. So she says Trinot fits perfectly with her practice. She can do the best in conventional medicine, in Western medicine, and then the best of natural nutritional medicine. And so I'm going to introduce you to my dear friend, Dr. Lynn Goodlow. Lynn, if you want to share with us your experience with these amazing products, we would love to hear from you. And you will just have to unmute yourself, Lynn.
Is she co-host?
Yep, I see her now. Yep.
There we go. Finally got unmuted. Hello, everybody. Boy, what a wonderful overview of our business. This is just great. And Jennifer Dowd, thank you so much for introducing me and helping me with this business. And I just love this. So as you hear, I'm doing integrative holistic medicine. So I talk about nutrition all the time. So when Dr. Nelson, Dr. Yancey, Jennifer Dowd introduced this to me, it was perfect fit for my practice. So my practice is even better because I'm incorporating all these wonderful products and they're formulated so well that you don't have to take as many supplements as you normally would because they're combining such great things together. Now, one of my favorite, because you did such a great job on Glow and the Greens, one of my favorite is NAD. I've been taking NAD forever. I took it with resveratrol, but our NAD is not like any other NAD because of the fact that it also included the ellagic acid and the choline, and it's liposomal, so it's absorbed better. These other products help with the metabolic balance, the restorative sleep, and DNA repair. It's just for healthy aging because NAD is in every single cell. And like anything else, as we get older, including just getting in your 40s, your NAD goes down. So when you put it back up, it's just healthy aging. It keeps your cells healthy. It protects them from stress, decreases brain fog. And our NR, our nicotinic ribosome, is the best precursor. So this helps us make our own new NAD. Giving NAD is okay, but when your body can produce new of its own NAD, that's the best way to go. So it's just incredible. It does so much. All our products do so much. I'm on lots of them. I love the Glow. I love the greens, and I'm a big I'm a flexitarian, which means a lot of the time I'm eating just vegetables, and then I do eat some healthy meat sometime. But now I've got my natural greens that I can drink with the green drink too. And it's just amazing. Everything is done so well. It's so healthy for us. And I have a great time introducing my patients to this. And a lot of them that have been on the GLP-1s are switching to Activate and Transform because it's a more natural way of doing what they want to do, control their weight and everything. So I am so thrilled to be in this business and to introduce this to my patients. And when I stop doing brick and mortar seeing patients, I can still practice what I love all over California, the United States, and around the world. So I can keep practicing integrative holistic medicine forever because of Trinot. So I'm just thrilled and working with all you great, wonderful leaders. It just makes my day. So thank you so much for letting me share a little.
Oh, Dr. Goodlove, we love you. And I'm so excited that you came on and shared with us tonight. And I get to hear so many of her fun stories about her patients coming back to her excited about using our products. So I am actually going to introduce somebody else that I just adore. And she's going to talk about a digital product that we have that is really changing the game for so many people. I'm going to introduce you to my friend, Mrs. Sarah Hollingsworth. But let me tell you about this amazing lady. Not only is she a mom, and a mom of two and a wife, she just is a business powerhouse. Okay. This lady was a former paramedic with over 25 years in emergency medicine, including 18 years on the front lines. Okay. Like I said, she's a beast of a person. But her life literally changed with a product experience in Trinot that she just could not ignore. Now, she had no sales background, no big following. She did have 400 Facebook friends, by the way. Okay. But all she did is she made a simple decision to say yes and start sharing some things that had really changed her life. And I want you to know that one decision changed everything for her. Before the age of 40, Sarah retired from a career that she had actually spent decades building. I want you to think about that. Now she's on a path to retiring her husband before 50, creating a life centered around freedom, family, and choices. And I just want you to know she has become a six-figure earner in this industry. She has become really just the most incredible leader. And I say all the time, like, people can be amazing leaders, but when you know that they are really special is when they help others achieve the kind of success they have achieved. She's really well known in the industry and in our company for her consistency, her heart for people, her ability to really connect with people and teach them how to achieve what she's done. She has shared stages as far as training others in this industry with Mr. Rob Sperry and many other people in the industry that are just well-known names. And so, Sarah, thank you for your leadership and everything you've done for literally thousands of people here at Trinot. But we would love to hear about this digital product and your excitement around it and what it has done for you and your family.
Yes, thank you, Jen. I'm so excited about this. You guys are probably like, what digital product? What are we talking about next? We're going to jump into travel a little bit, you guys, and we're going to share a really cool video with you next. But I wanted to share a tiny bit. You probably don't even know that we have a travel platform. We do. We've jumped into the digital this last year, and it has been incredible. And so I won't give you all the details about travel, but I wanted to share a tiny bit about my own personal experience because here's the thing. Here's what I know. There are two kinds of people in this world. There are people who love to travel and there are people who wish they could travel. And most of my life, I was the person who wished she could travel, but my finances did not allow it. My job definitely didn't allow it. And so when I saw what we had, what we launched just a few months ago, like in October, I was shocked. I was like, oh my word, because suddenly travel became possible for everybody I knew. I immediately jumped into this platform and we're going to break it down for you guys here in just a second on how doable this is for you. Because here's the thing, and I want to briefly mention, like I have my baby sister is a stay-at-home mom. Her husband runs his own business. He is the only employee, okay? And she has two tiny babies, 2 and 3 months, okay? Travel is not an option. Okay. Not only do they not have time, they don't have finances for that. Okay. I got her on my travel platform. And the reason is that it's almost like a layaway for the travel you want to take. And we're going to break that down in a minute. And that's what I got so excited about. I was like, you got to get in on this, okay? Because what you're going to spend throughout the year, putting a little bit away, tiny bit away, you're going to actually earn a full vacation worth up to, I think, $3,000. You can earn a trip for a multitude of places at the end of that year. Because she was like, Sarah, travel's not our thing. I was like, I know. I just now am reaching a point where I'm able to travel more. And so I just want to tell you guys, we launched this in October, okay? I wrote this down. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 things that I've booked since October, okay? So that might sound like a lot, might not sound like a lot. I've saved $2,000. I added it up over the trips I have decided to take. Now that might be 1 hotel room. I'm a traveling sports parent. Anybody else? Put a 1 in the comments if you're a traveling sports parent. Sweet Lord, that adds up, right? How many random hotel rooms do you gotta book for in the not nice places, right? We're never going anywhere nice. Come on now. I still am saving so much money on these hotels. It's wild. I earned a trip. We have incentive trips here. We're gonna talk about that in a minute too. I literally saved, let me see, almost $1,200 on adding 3 nights to my trip. That's crazy. Guys, this was something that brought the impossible to being possible for me and for my sister, where in a year, her kids are going to be older and she's going to be able to take a trip she never planned on. She never would have been able to do had she not decided to jump into this platform. And so maybe you're one of those people, because like I said, there's only 2 people in the world. They'd love to travel and wish they could. You're one of those people. You got to watch this video that we're going to show you next, because I am one of those people. I always wanted to travel. When I was working as a medic, there was more month than money. Travel was not an option. I didn't have time and I definitely didn't have money. But if I knew in 1 whole year I was going to be able to earn a trip, that would have changed everything for me. That would have been something to look forward to. It's almost like putting a vacation on a layaway. I love the vacation options that we have with this platform. It's for hotels, resorts, cruises, condos, cars. I just rented a car for a kind of a last minute trip to Naples, Florida in a couple of weeks. Guys, I saved $150 on an SUV just by using this travel platform. This is something for every single person. And I bet you're thinking of people that you know and love that really want to be able to travel. And this is going to be a great option for you. So I'll turn this back over to Tina or Jen. I don't know who's doing that. We're going to share a really cool video. Jen's going to share a really cool video next with you guys. It's going to give you a little bit of a kind of an idea of what we have here. Watch this. I'm so excited.
How incredibly cool is that? Can you imagine saving money on the travel you're already going to do? You heard Sarah say it. If you're a sports parent, you're doing travel hockey, travel baseball, lacrosse, soccer, whatever it might be, put sports in the chat section below. Well, are you someone that just really loves to travel to the beach, the mountains? Let me know, where is your favorite place to travel? I would love to know what your favorite place to travel is. Mine is Disney. We're a Disney family. We love Disney. As a matter of fact, my grandma name is Minnie, like Minnie Mouse. We actually really do love Disney around here. And so when I heard about this travel platform, guys, I got to tell you, I was so excited out of my mind. Travel is literally my love language, and it is seriously so simple to use. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to pay for a membership, just like you have a Costco membership. or your Amazon Prime membership, except those don't actually give you a huge reward for having it. When you have your Trinot travel membership at the end of every 12 months, this isn't a one-time thing, friends. At the end of every 12 months, you are going to get a reward trip that you get to choose from over 3,000 destinations. And when you see the list of destinations that you get to go to all over the globe, it is going to blow your mind. It is so incredibly cool, in fact, that I purchased it for my adult children so that at the end of every 12 months, they are going to have gift wrap for them, a reward trip that they're going to be able to take somewhere. Think of all the places that you could go. I would love to know what your dream vacation spot is. My husband, he wants to go to Bora Bora. I want to go to Italy and Greece. What would be your dream vacation? And just imagine for a moment if you could book it and save more money than you can imagine. Like Sarah, I've saved so much money since we launched this in October of last year. We saved over $1,200 on a trip to Mexico. We saved over $2,000 on a trip to Key West. We saved over $200 on our hotel in Provo. We saved over $300 on our hotel in Las Vegas. And that has been just since October of last year, you guys. It is absolutely unbelievable. And it's better than the pricing that you're going to get on any of those other travel websites. You know what I'm talking about, the ones that start with an E or an H or a V, all of those, okay? This is totally different. We're getting better pricing almost all of the time than those. And so, what if you could not only save money on travel, but what if you helped other people save money on travel and you were able to earn an income? And so, speaking of income, I'm going to turn it back over to my friend Jennifer Dowd because she has some things she's going to share.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Lynn. All right. I want you to all think about just the information that you have seen thus far. Some of you are loving it. I know you are. You're like, oh my gosh, I have to get my hands on. Maybe it was the NAC. Maybe it was the travel, whatever it might have been. Some of you, you just want to use it, but others of you, you're thinking ahead. You're already thinking of people that you want to share it with, people you know would love it. And that's where the opportunity side comes in. And I want you to just think, just for a minute, I want you to just go here with me. Over the last few years, we have seen a real fundamental shift take place in the market. In fact, I would say health is no longer something people are just really addressing reactively. It's becoming proactive, like optimized and deeply tied to a quality of life. And at the same time, there's this parallel shift in how people are thinking about lifestyle. There's this growing demand for more freedom, more flexibility, more meaningful experiences. And you can even ask yourself, is that me? I mean, for me, I see it in my own family, even with my kids that are in their 20s and 30s. What's interesting is these aren't really isolated trends. They're part of a larger movement where people really are investing more into how they feel, how they live, how they spend their time. And as we've been studying this, two different sectors just continue to really rise to the top. One is the GLP-1 category. And I just want you to kind of go into opportunity. We're going to kind of get into that now. But the GLP-1 category is huge. Do you know, according to Grandview Research, you might not know that name, but I bet you know JP Morgan, because according to them and also according to Goldman Sachs, I know you know those names. Do you know the GLP-1 market alone is projected to scale from roughly $13 billion today to somewhere between 50 and 200 billion by 2030? That is a major jump. So it makes it one of the fastest growing sectors in modern healthcare. That is huge. And what's important here isn't just the size, it's about expansion. This is moving beyond weight loss and into metabolic health, cardiovascular health, even longevity conversations. And I know if Dr. Lynn Goodlow could jump in here, she would be like, yes, yes. But at this stage, demand is still significantly outpacing supply. Now, the other sector that is just absolutely booming is global travel. So according to World Travel and Tourism Council, according to Grandview Research and McKinsey, do you know that travel is already a $10 trillion industry. I mean, that is crazy. It's projected to grow to over 15 to 16 trillion by 2030. So we're not just talking about a growing market, we're talking about one of the largest industries in the world continuing to expand. And what's especially notable is where that growth is happening. I don't know if you've thought about this with travel, but segments like business travel and wellness travel are actually growing at even a faster pace. And think about all the information you got. We are perfectly positioned right there. So we're driven by a shift toward that experience-based spending. So when you step back and you look at it, you have one of the fastest growing sectors in healthcare, one of the fastest and largest, most stable global industries growing at the same time. And what we've found is the most interesting opportunities don't sit inside one trend, they sit at the intersection of multiple trends. So I want you to think about where health transformation meets financial opportunity and lifestyle expansion. And that intersection is really a new category emerging. And I cannot think of anyone better to talk to you about the opportunity than one of the three people who actually saw the vision for exactly the opportunity at hand. And that is Mr. Scott Bland. I want you to know he was one of the three people that started Tranont in 2013. He has led this company in such a powerful way. We are a debt-free company. We are privately held. We are an Inc. 500 company. He has such a vision to impact 1 billion lives. I want you to think about that, to have a vision to impact 1 billion lives. Not only is it his vision, as well as his two partner owners, but do you know they know exactly any given day, exactly how many lives they actually have impacted. And hopefully he'll share that with you. But this gentleman has become a dear friend of mine. I am absolutely honored to be in business with him. And he is just phenomenal. I can't wait for you to hear his vision. So Scott, I know we have so many things happening. Global expansion is taking off. Take it away, my friend. We can't wait to hear from you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate being here tonight with you and all of the others. Thank you for the kind words and the kind introduction. And first and foremost, I do want to spend time, 2 minutes, to give it back to all those who have participated. Of course, you, Miss Jennifer Dowd, we have Miss Tina Joy, Miss Sarah, even Dr. Lynn. It was great to hear from all of you. And I hope that everybody's getting a little bit of a vision or direction of the amazing people that we have in this company, amazing leaders, people that you would get to rub shoulders with, people that you would get to work with, people that would tutor you in this industry. Every one of those leaders that were on the call tonight, and many others who have not voiced any word yet, have sat in the very chair that you're in right now, for those of you who are seeing this for the first time. In fact, there's a couple of questions that I want to ask you as you think about this. Think about the person who invited you to this meeting tonight. I want you to think about them just for a minute, and then I want to ask you the question, what have they said tonight? And obviously, I think that it's a loaded question. They haven't said anything. Other people have been able to explain what the opportunity is. And I think that's something that needs to be recognized. It's a matter of inviting people to see this amazing opportunity and sitting back and having amazing leaders and other people explain the business to you. We were at dinner earlier tonight with my family and my little granddaughter. She's 4 years old. And her dad, which is my son, ordered 2 foot-long corn dogs. Don't ask me why, but he did. Ordered the corn dogs, and my wife wanted to take a bite or two, so she took a bite or two, and my son's saying, no, don't take any more. I want it all to myself. And my little 4-year-old granddaughter, her name is Nova, she says, well, Dad, at least you'll get through it faster. I want you to think about that perspective. Here, my son is saying, don't eat my corn dog because I want to get through it. And my 4-year-old granddaughter throws out the perspective of, wow, at least you'll get through it faster, Dad. I'll bring that full circle back in just a minute, but we do have some amazing products. You've heard all about them. We have an amazing opportunity. We have an amazing company. We have amazing leaders. I want to spend just a couple minutes to explain how amazing our opportunity is, because health and wealth are partnered together. You've just learned all about the amazing products on the wealth side. We have amazing products. We have amazing testimonials, thousands upon thousands. In fact, all of the people who are in on this call tonight more than likely have been impacted in a positive way from those products. But haven't we all heard this statement before? It'd be great to have fantastic health, but if you don't have the wealth to go along with it, what good does it do? Or vice versa. Your health could be horrible, but you might have an amazing abundance of wealth, but you can't do anything with it because you're not healthy enough to do it. Miss Dowd was just talking about this briefly, and that's the combination of health and wealth. You all heard amazing things about the wealth products that we have, but I want to talk about the wealth side. And this is this first slide here. And as I talk about this, I want to ask you some questions. I want you to think about these questions. You can throw some of your answers in the chat if you would. If you think about your own financial situation, where you're at right now, think about your income. What average annual income are you making right now? How much debt would you say you have? Have you started any sort of retirement plan? And if so, do you feel like you're on track, not on track, haven't started, whatever the case might be? Speaking of travel, are you traveling? Do you like to travel? Would you like to travel? Maybe you want to be your own boss. How many hours a week are you actually working for someone else right now? Maybe it's the freedom. Maybe you feel like you deserve more. Maybe you feel like you're not recognized enough at the facility that you work at. These are all reasons why people make changes, because they're in a frustrating situation. They're not making enough money. They're sick and tired of working for somebody else. They're sick and tired of the hours. They're not spending time with their family because they're away all the time. You heard Sarah Hollingsworth's story. She was a full-time paramedic. It's the same for Miss Dowd and Miss Tina Joy. Everybody has come from a certain situation. They've all sat in the very chairs that we're sitting in. And this first slide talks about success made simple. It's simple. One of the slides that was shared earlier was of a woman that spends 50 to 60 hours a week towards her job. Maybe there's some people on this call that are doing the same, spending hours upon hours working for somebody else. But are you accomplishing what you want? Are you getting to where you want to get? If you're not, then obviously there's the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting something different. I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can change that situation and how Trinont financially is a solution for the questions that I just asked you. Speaking of the app is an amazing tool that people can use right from their phone. They can share products, they can share service, they can share videos, they can share it all. And I was talking with our director of associate support earlier today, and I said, Tyler, what are a couple stats that you can give me on the app, on why it's so beneficial and how it helps people? He gave me these two stats. He said the associate who uses the app has an average monthly customer volume 7 times higher than those who don't. That's number one. Number two, 90% of all the shares result in engagement, which means they open the link and start scrolling through it, which all of it's tracked. Imagine being able to use from your phone that app and sending things out and knowing these numbers and statistics, how simple it is to be able to share. And speaking of share, remember who invited you here tonight and what they're saying. All they did is invite you and they're sitting back. Speaking of customers, the question was asked earlier tonight, do you know people who could benefit from these amazing products? Maybe it's you personally. Maybe it's your family members, all of the above. We can all benefit. Not one of us hasn't. But imagine being able to simply refer a product and make a minimum of $10 per product. But then there's also volumes that you're creating each month. And then you can be paid on the volumes of the total customer sales that you have. It's amazingly simple. But for me, I want to take it to the next step because the Jeep is an amazing part of the culture of what Trenon is. How many of you have a car payment? You can throw it in the chat if you do or if you don't. Sometimes people don't like to talk about our finances, so I get it. But I will tell you that over 90% of the world, I'll talk country, US, Canada, has a car payment. The majority of people have a car payment. Trenon, we've put together as part of our compensation plan a chance to go out and get a Jeep, meaning you hit the first rank in the Trenon compensation plan, and then you go out and get a Jeep, put a Trenon sticker on it, and you're going to be making an extra Jeep bonus stipend. So Trenon will be paying for your Jeep payment. Now, the thought process, let me walk you through this, because if you currently have a car payment right now, and you come into Trenon and you hit Jade or above, and all of a sudden you're qualifying for a Jeep, you decide to go out and get a Jeep, which now means you've replaced that old car payment. So you've gotten rid of the car payment, you've traded in, sold it, whatever the case might be. You have a Trenon Jeep now. So now you don't have that payment, but the payment is coming in through Trenon. So now you have an extra, whatever it is, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 a month coming in that was going out to a different car payment that you can now reallocate to a different part of your financial situation. Not only is the Jeep an amazing cultural fun, it's an amazing opportunity for people to transition from their car payment into something that's different and letting Trenon pay for it. It's a fun culture event. This is probably my favorite thing to talk about. If you can see this slide, you can see the amounts of money that our associates are earning. And it talks all the way down at the bottom. You talk about Jade. You can go through all of the ranks there. These are the ranks that people hear. When I bring people in, or Tina or Jennifer or Sarah, if they're bringing people in on their team, all of those volumes roll up specifically to them. And each month, they're totaled X amount of volume. And if they're at volume X, they're going to get paid Y. And it specifically is laid out right here. Jade, all the way up to executive and presidential Blue Diamond. So people are making it anywhere a monthly stipend, anywhere from $500 or $600 all the way up to six figures, over $100,000 a month. Now, if you think about that, what's your average annual income? And for most people, $100,000, that's in a month, not a year. Those are the opportunities. There's everything in between. Now, some people might be thinking, well, geez, there's no way I could do that. That's just too much. I'm not a people person. I can't do X, Y, Z, whatever the case might be. The bottom line is step out of your comfort zone and think about this for just a minute. Dream with me for just a minute, because you can either keep doing what you're doing or realize that there are other options. Whether you're spending 50, 60 hours a week at another job, and now you put in some additional time towards this to eventually replace it. These are the options. These are the dollar amounts that you can earn with Trenon, and it's paid monthly. Customers, every customer sale you make is paid weekly. These commissions are paid monthly. Miss Jennifer Dowd is a Blue Diamond. Miss Tina Joy is a Red Diamond. Miss Sarah Hollingsworth is a Diamond Elite. We have amazing, amazing opportunities and growth, and you can see exactly what they're making each month when they hit that rank. And that's the exciting part of what Trenon is all about. So when you talk about health, when you talk about wealth, what better situation than have Trenon be the solution for that altogether? Now, one of the funnest things that we do at Trenon is travel. Sarah Hollingsworth talked about it earlier. There are some amazing trips that we've taken and shared with many of our associates. We've traveled to amazing places. I don't know if I can name them all, but places like Italy, Greece, Cabo, Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, Dominican Republic, Thailand, Croatia coming up in a month, Iceland next year. We put together incentive trips and rank-based trips, and we take people to amazing places in the world. If you haven't traveled yet, this is one way that you can, because you can come in, you can earn it, and we'll take you as part of what you've done and earned. Now, thinking back to my amazing 4-year-old granddaughter, she made the comment to her dad. She says, "Dad, at least you can get done faster." And I want you to think about that. All we're talking about tonight is an opportunity for you to get somewhere faster than if you keep doing what you're doing now. This is an opportunity for people to grow, come in, challenge, whether it's you want to be a part of a mission, whether you want better health, whether you want more income, whether you want the tax savings, all of the above, it doesn't matter. You deserve more. This is an opportunity. And what we're trying to show you tonight is that Tranant is the solution for whatever health or wealth issue or problem you have. And you ask yourself the question, can you do this? This is what Miss Jen Dowd will talk to you about now as we wrap things up. There's no question you'll be in good hands working with amazing people, because that's what we're blessed to have here at Tranant. But Miss Jen Dowd, I'm going to turn the time back over to you. Appreciate the time and effort. Tina, Joy, thanks for putting this together. Anyway, much love to you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bland, for being on. It's so special to have our owner on, and so rare. What a special night this is. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. I want to have just a little, we're going to wrap this up with a bow. But for those of you who are on here and guests, I just really want you to tune in for just a minute. I want you to know that several years ago, I was the guest. And maybe some of you can relate with this. I was frustrated. I mean, frustrated. Okay. My life was pretty good. I had an incredible husband, 4 beautiful kids. But let me tell you what was going on. We had 2 traditional businesses. We had decided to go into traditional business because corporate America kept my husband working long hours, and there was always more month than there was income. I don't know if any of you can relate to that. So we thought, you know what? We're going to go into business for ourselves. We're going to solve this problem. We work harder. We make more money. We have some control. But what I want you to know is the night that I looked at this business plan that you're looking at right now, I was probably the most frustrated I've ever been, because our 2 businesses kept my husband working harder than he even did in corporate America. I felt like our family time was so tiny. We live in Northern California, you guys, near the San Francisco Bay Area. My husband commuted 2 hours to work, 2 hours home from work every day. And I just kept seeing, oh my gosh, my kids are getting older every year. Isn't that crazy how that happens? They just keep getting older. So do we. But I remember thinking my oldest was just starting high school. And I thought, man, if we don't fix our life in the next 4 years, he's going to be graduated. And this window of time for us to create what we really want as a family is going to be gone. And I remember praying, God, there just literally has to be another way of doing business. I knew some people, I had some friends in franchising who had incredible lives. They had figured out how to create time leverage. And I remember when I put my eyes on the business plan you just saw, that big slide that Scott Bland just showed you, it was all about leverage. It's really modern day franchising. What do? We have our own online store where Tranant does all the heavy lifting for us, right? Where they have they're creating our website. They do the credit card processing or payment processing for our customers. They drop ship right to our customers' doors. Understand, we don't have to manufacture products. We don't have to think about how we're going to do global expansion. I don't worry about any of that. All I do is I literally share my story. I share products that I love. And guess what? Those people love the products and they share, and we just actually share tools with people that they can look at. And you guys, we just repeat the process over and over. But I want you to imagine a couple of things. One thing is I want you to imagine creating an income where people are on subscription. See, this is what we didn't have in traditional business. If my husband didn't go to work tomorrow, he didn't get paid for tomorrow. He only got paid for the day he worked. Imagine having customers who are on subscription maybe some who are on subscription for 6 months, 6 years. What if you could be doing business today that you get paid 6 months or 6 years from today on? Can you even imagine that? I want you to know for our family, it was a major game changer. Okay. Also, how about leverage? Can you imagine having 40 franchises where other people are running their business when you're not hands-on there? Okay, this business plan completely changed life for us. Our goal to have more time as a family totally, totally came to fruition. I just want you to know that. So understand you're going to have an online business where you can work remotely from wherever you want, make your hours what you want. I love prioritizing my hours around my family and my faith because those are the two things that matter the most to me. Okay. Now, here's what I know, and we're going to close it with this. People today are struggling with two major things. They really are. Everybody you know, I promise, and probably everybody on this webinar, struggling with your health and your finances. When it's health, maybe it's something big, but maybe it's not that deep. Maybe it's just, oh my gosh, I would love to be less stressed. How many of you would love to be less stressed? Or maybe, oh my gosh, I just want more energy. How many of you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh crap, here we go again. Oh, I already feel tired. I haven't even started yet. Okay, maybe it's sleep. Maybe you want to get better sleep. Maybe you want to get your hormones in check. Maybe they're whacked. Maybe you want your weight management under control. Listen, this is most of the population. It's not just you. Okay, so that's the one place people struggle. The other place they struggle is their finances, right? Costs are rising. People have less white space on their calendar than ever before. They're strapped on time, and they really, truly need a backup plan. What we have shown you tonight solves both of those problems. And so I want to ask you all one question, and that's this. If nothing changes with your health or your finances in the next 5 years, will you actually be where you want to be? Will you be where you want to be if nothing changes? If nothing changes, if nothing changes, you won't be where you want to be, then you have to do something different. And this is what I realized years ago. I have to do something different if I want to have something different. Okay, my husband was running two businesses that we owned, but I want you to hear this loud and clear. I was a stay-at-home mom. I'd been a stay-at-home mom for 15 years. I didn't have a college degree. I was a beauty school dropout, but what did I have? I had a work ethic. I understood being coachable, and I plugged into a system that was a done for me system. I want all of you to know that if you have a work ethic, you have a desire, and you can be coachable, you can rock this and literally change your stars. You guys, my entire family changed. My husband and I were able to be hands-on parents at home with our kids, working remotely, making our hours what they wanted to be. Today, we're grandparents, you guys. I literally live the life of my dreams. I am not kidding you. Now, I know everybody has things because we're human, but really, my daughter and I were just talking today. She's like, Mom, what you've created and the life you and Dad have created for our family is insane. And I want you to know I am nobody special. I'm just like you. All I did was I said yes. When something in me stirred and said, oh my gosh, there's something more, and this could be it, you guys, I said yes, and I took action. Now, how you get started is so simple. And I'm going to share just one slide with you that shows you what to do to get started. I want you to understand this could take you like 5 minutes. That's it. It's just making a simple choice. We have 3 different packages that you can come in and start with. Our very first package is called our starter pack. Uh-oh, I don't know why my share is not sharing the right thing. Hold on here. Oh no. Oh no. It's shared with the wrong slide. Tina, maybe you can put those packages up. But our very first package you can start on is only $299. Okay, I want you to understand you're owning a business for $299. You don't have to get a business license. You don't have to get business insurance. You guys, we had a dental practice and a book fair company. You know how much it cost us to start those businesses? And we never even made hardly a fraction of what we've made here at Trinot. It's crazy, okay? So no, that's all handled for you. This is going to include for $299 your business
Jen,
and a daily health
Gina.
system. What was that?
We didn't change this slide yet. Remember, we reduced the price. It's $239.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. Oh my gosh, we did. We reduced the price. It's $239. That is hilarious, Tina. So for $239, you're getting your business and you're getting our most popular stack. It is our daily health system, our metabolic health system, and our enriched digestive enzyme. You guys, that is a great way to come in. But I think the next one is better. That's the builder bundle. This one is $439. And this one includes our clear protein. You're getting 20 grams of protein and an energy drink all in one. By the way, it's amazing. One of my favorites. You're getting creatine. You're getting enriched. You're getting our daily health system. We have Mojo coffee that I am obsessed with. It's my skinny happy coffee. Seriously. You have Zest, which is a nootropic lemonade. You have our hydration product, which is Quench. You guys, this set is amazing and I love it. Okay. This is a great way to start. I think it's better than the starter pack because you're getting more. But my favorite one is the Elite Builder Bundle. And this was just like a no-brainer for me. And the reason is because I was already a business owner. I'm like, no, no, no. If we're going to do business, say you're going to open a grocery store, okay? You wouldn't just want to have the frozen food aisle and the bakery and the canned food aisle. You also want to have the dairy and you want the meat department. Like you want everything so that whether somebody is coming in to shop for a barbecue or somebody is coming in to get ice cream for their family party, you have what they need. And so I love the Elite Builder Bundle. It's $999, but you are literally getting every product that you need to truly market this in the most awesome way with this bundle. Okay. And for me, already being a business owner, I was like, are you kidding me? For 990, actually it's 939 now, I guess. Is it 939, Tina? You have to correct me. Yeah, I believe it is. Is it? What is it, Tina?
No, it's the same. It's the same
It's
because there's
okay,
no
it's
enrollment
999.
with that. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't making a mistake. But for $999, you guys, you can own a business and have all this stock. You can be using the products, tasting the products, which is going to make it easier to share the products. This whole deal is a tax write-off. Again, you guys, I own 2 traditional businesses. I'm like, you're kidding me. For $999, I don't have to go get a business license or any of that. So this is the one I would come in on. This also includes our international convention we have as a company. And I love that because you're getting trained by the 7 and 8 figure earners in our company, which I love. But ultimately, this is going to be for any of you who are on here and you're like, hey, I really want to do this. I don't just kind of want to do this. I'm doing this. I'm going to change my life here. This is your bundle. It's the Elite Builder Bundle. Okay. So here's what I find. And you guys, I've been doing this for 20 years. I can't even believe it's been 20 years. My anniversary was 2 days ago. Okay. For my 20 years in the industry. But here's the thing. Usually people are in one of 3 categories. Either they're in category number 1, we'll call you number 1. And that is you're excited to use the products. You're like, man, I'm going to be a customer. I can't wait to try some of this. Okay. That is amazing. Let whoever invited you on know I'm a 1. Some of you are a 2. You're like, okay, I actually would love to have an online business. I would love to make some money on the side. I'm excited about this. You're a number 2. Let whoever invited you know I'm a number 2. Some of you, though, you're a number 3. And when I say that, you're like Tina, you're like me, you're like Sarah, you're like Dr. Goodlow. You're seeing this and you're like, yeah, I already know I need something more and I am doing this. Like, I understand exactly what you guys are saying and I actually want to do something significant here. If that's you, you're a number 3. Make sure you let whoever invited you know you're a 1, you're a 2, or a 3. You're a customer. You want to make some money on the side and have an online business. You're a 2, or you're a 3. You literally are looking to create legacy income. You want your son or daughter to look at you like mine did today, literally today, and said, Mom, you have literally created the most incredible life for our family. Okay. You decide which number you are. There's not a right or a wrong number. It's your number because this is about you and what you want to create. I want to just let you guys know, again, this was the best decision I ever could have made for my family. And I'm so grateful. Scott Bland, if you're still on, Thank you so much for the gift you have given our family and thousands of families that I love. For our guests that are on, thank you for joining us tonight. I know time is your greatest commodity. It is for all of us. And I pray that you got some amazing value out of what we shared with you tonight. To Tina, Tina Joy Carroll, Dr. Goodlow, and Sarah Hollingsworth, thank you for everything you shared. You guys, God bless you. Have an amazing night. Get back to whoever invited you on tonight. And we look forward to partnering with you and building whatever your dream is. Good night, everyone.